I'm Mike Kennedy, and where have I been? Well, I've been in bed for 2 weeks in pain, basically. That's why you haven't seen many videos or anything from me. I want to describe a TENS unit, and I want to describe why I like this particular TENS unit. Something I found negative about it, but mostly positive. Just that the batteries they put with it were really cheap batteries. They didn't even last a day. So you want to make sure that you get some, decent batteries to go with it. It takes 3 AAAs. Okay. Install on the back here. And this was $50 at my local Rite Aid. I was in a lot of pain. Okay. So now it's funny. I was looking online and I saw this thing looked almost exactly the same for only $25. But I definitely would not recommend that one because of this. It's how the electrodes attach. This one, I've got it attached to some electrodes here, so I can, well, I'll take them out first so I can just show you. There's 2 schemes of attaching electrodes. Some of these units you buy and they're like an integral thing that you just attach to your back, kind of. That means the patches, if you're going to use it more than once, that's going to be kind of tricky and expensive to deal with. Well, this unit has, it's 2 channels. That means there's a channel on each side. It plugs in. Okay, and it has pins. This becomes very expensive, very important to have these pins. Sometimes you'll see them with buckles. You'll see one of the last TENS units I reviewed had buckles, kind of a buckle arrangement where you buckle it into the pad. Well, that makes the pads very, very expensive. Okay, these pads are very inexpensive, and you can see here's some that I've been using. They simply insert in. Okay, and the thing is that these become extremely inexpensive to manufacture. You can get a whole big packet of these. Here's let me see if I can find the exact brand name of this company. Yeah, these I got off the internet, InnoPatch. Okay, these I got a large quantity of, direct from China, and they were very, very inexpensive. So it was funny. They came with some wires. That didn't fit my other unit, and don't fit this. But these are so inexpensive that's a throwaway, because these patches, if you go into a medical supply store, a set of 4 patches can run you anywhere from $12 to $20. I got a whole bunch of them for less than $20, shipping included. So I think I did quite well. So it's important to me, for the economy of running the unit, that you get the style that has the pins. Okay. You can see the wires that came with this have pins in them too, but this doesn't interface with my unit. But like I say, the fact that I got these so inexpensively, I don't even care about that the wires don't fit. But so let's just talk about what this can do. This has 2 channels. You turn it on, and the 2 different channels, the intensity can be varied by these buttons. But this also has some different therapy modes. I find invariably with all these TENS units, I always end up using the mode that gives a burst that stays, rather than they have ones that go boop, 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 boop. I don't like that. that doesn't feel good. I like one that just comes and goes down again. Comes and goes down again. What's a little different about this less expensive unit is it pulses between sides. In other words, it will pulse on this side, and then it will pulse over and switch on that side. Okay? And it has some different modes of operation, and it talks all about it here. But basically, I'm just going to tell you what I found to work the best is this joint mode. Let me just, I'm going to disconnect this so we start all over, so it's blank, so we can set it. But this PE mode, I set it until it goes down to the joint. You can see the little area there, P3. And there's a manual in here that explains it all. And it explains which ones work for which areas the best, and has electrode placement suggestions. Okay. And just to review what a TENS unit is a dual channel TENS, a transepidural neurostimulator. Now what they do is they send a current through your skin, and there's two beliefs about how these work to interrupt pain, and they don't really know why. But the two theories are, one is that it actually interferes with the pain signal. Indeed, if you turn these high enough up, like if you have them on your arm and you turn them up high enough, they'll actually start contracting your muscles. The electrostimulation will actually interfere with your normal messages going to your muscles and actually cause them to contract. Well, when you're using it for pain, you've got the settings way lower than that, okay? I find that extremely uncomfortable when it gets that to a level. Normally what I do is I go to a level, and if that I find a level that's uncomfortable, then I move back down one, and that's the level I'll use. So basically with me, my situation was my back, and then pain in my hip. So what I would do is I had two straddling the place on my lower back, and then I had two that I put on my hip or different places on my leg. I experimented quite a bit with that. But I found that this did help. Now, it's like these things have become more important, I feel, as doctors have become much more reluctant to deal with medications for pain relief. So if you can use a TENS unit and it works for you, it's a big bonus, because frankly, a lot of times doctors aren't going to do a lot for you if you are in pain. And to be fair, some people don't like the feeling of them all and can't stand them. Sometimes pain's too widespread and they don't work. Sometimes they just don't work. They're more irritating. Oh, and I was going to say I got off track there. The second way they work, the first way they feel they work is that they interrupt the pain signal. The second way is that they believe they produce a irritant, that electrical stimulation is enough of an irritant to your bodies to produce the endorphins in your brain to kill the pain. Similar to how Caspian cream works, hot pepper cream that people put on their skins, and for pain relief also sometimes. And the theory behind that again is that one of the theories is that it irritates the skin just enough to create those endorphins and have them sent down, and that deals with the other pain as well. But this has been a help for me. I'm just now, after 2 weeks, getting a little more mobile again. And gee, I wish I could tell you I had some big accident and fell and hurt my back, but I just overused it a little too much. Got to be a lot more careful. But so this was, like I say, this was $50 at Rite Aid. I had the patches that came with 4 patches, and the batteries with it were kind of the inexpensive batteries. They didn't even last a day. That's why I'd say if you're going to buy the unit, go right ahead and buy the good AAA batteries, because I've been on you can see I'm on my first set here, and they've been lasting me quite a long time. Okay, where the first set didn't last that long at all. You could tell they were even light. But it's an AccuRelief dual channel 10s, and again, like I say, I saw this one. It looks exactly the same, but the wiring system is different on the internet. So I would not recommend that you go to a unit that does not have these pins, because these pins are going to make your unit dramatically less expensive to run. You're going to be able to get the patches in, in a little bulk pack that, like I say, I don't think I spent $20 for this bulk pack, and if I did, like I say, one of these things costs $12 to $20 in a local store. So, and to be honest, I haven't checked with them to see what they're selling their patches for, but they do, the AccuRelief people do have them as well. So, pens unit, again, something to try if you have some chronic pain that is localized to one spot, or to two spots in this case. I think it's worth a try. And now these units have become so inexpensive that they're worth giving a try. Especially, like I say, as we find that more and more doctors are unwilling to deal with pain medicines because of possible side effect problems.